Today on Wealth Nation, 4 numbers every investor should know. It's not how much money you make, but how much you invest and keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations it will last. Here are 4 numbers you should know. Number 1. What is your required rate of return that you need to attain to hit your wealth targets? How much income do you think you'll need during retirement? Well, based on the trajectory of your savings and the returns that you're getting, you have to ask yourself, are you going to make it? A wealth blueprint can help you answer that by providing a disciplined, directed approach to investing towards your goals. Knowing where you are now, where you'd like to be, and how you might like to get there can help bring financial peace of mind. You may learn that you need less exposure to certain stocks or holdings than you thought, allowing you to still meet your goals and, as an added bonus, sleep a little better at night. Number 2, how much is your single biggest holding? One of the biggest mistakes and easiest to fix that investors make is having overlapping funds. This occurs when 2 or more mutual funds have similar objectives and therefore hold many of the same securities. Did you know that in 2018, Apple stock was the most largely held stock held by most large cap mutual funds? So that means that you may own Apple stock across multiple investments in your portfolios. Now, we all love Apple stock, which has rewarded investors nicely historically, but Apple stock tumbled almost 40% in value, and research analysts have become less favorable. Of course, this could all change with the market, and Apple is still a great company. And this does not mean that you should go out and sell your position if you own it. But you do need to be aware and analyze just how diversified are you really. Too much fund overlap does not provide you with proper diversification, and it puts you at additional market risk, especially when a certain stock like Apple, which is a top holding in many funds, declines 40% quickly. If you find that several of your funds are top heavy in a certain stock, you'll want to look for different choices. Number 3, the rate of return of your funds and your overall rate of return as compared to an appropriate benchmark. It's no surprise that mutual fund companies that administer company retirement funds, such as RRSP programs, are more likely to put their own funds into those plans. Here's the bad thing about that. The funds are less likely to be removed when they underperform. Even worse, they are more likely to underperform by an average of 3.6 annually. It's important that you understand the return of your investment holdings and your overall return. As in life, where we are all evaluated on many different levels, your fund managers who are managing your important money should be no different. Just because these funds are offered as part of your company plan doesn't mean they're good. Trust me, I see this all the time. If you're in underperformers, look for other better performing funds, many of which will have lower internal fees. If they're not available to you, there are other strategies to deploy to replace poor performance funds. And number 4, what can fund underperformance cost you later? Most Canadians don't have a written wealth blueprint, so they have no idea what their personal investment number is. Again, this is the minimum annual rate of return one needs to accomplish their financial goals. Let's assume that you are age 50 and you'd like to retire at 67. Now, let's assume that your current investment balance is $350,000 and your salary is $275. We'll also assume maximum contributions to your RSP. So, just what does 1% of fund underperformance potentially cost you over 15 years? Again, if we start as a 50-year-old moderate investor at 6%, the answer is a whopping $225,392. An underperformance of 2% nearly doubles that figure to $422,489. Every percent matters. Are you getting the picture? That's tens of thousands of dollars that you may have given up to underperformance. Again, a good wealth blueprint can help you understand these complex numbers, diagnose potential problems, and take steps to plan for the future.